back to Inside Boxing Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson, my co-host Aurelio Martinez. We're going to talk a little bit about this past weekend's action. But before we get to that, Aurelio, I want to mention one thing of note. It's not boxing related, but yesterday at the IAAF track meet in London, Usain Bolt ran his final 100-meter contest. He came in third to United States' Justin Gatlin and another American kid. But of note, it's the last time that he'll run in a 100-meter race, but he will run on the 12th, I think it is, in the finals of the 100-meter relay with the Jamaican team. But Aurelio, a true legend that even our kids know about. It's not very rarely that we have a generational thing where us and our kids are on the same page of something seeing greatness. Usain Bolt truly a great in track and field.
Agreed. He's good for sports. Period. He's a good mentor. He's a good ambassador. He's a good someone for the kids to look up to. So good.
Without a doubt. Okay, then let's go right into the action we had Friday night. We had a fight between Mauricio Herrera and Soto Karass, and then we had on the undercard of that, we had United States Michaela Meyer making her pro debut. I think that was last night. She made her pro debut.
Yeah,
but anyway, we had I'm sorry about that. We had Mauricio Herrera and host Soto Karass, which we talked about last week. So this was going to be a great fight, and it was a great fight.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. For Friday night, it was good to see some boxing on there. I mean, I wanted to watch it because I wanted to see Mauricio Herrera. You know, he's always come up on the short end of the straw.
Yes.
The stick in all his fights. You know, he fought Danny Garcia, which was controversial. But that's just been him. He's a gatekeeper. They pick on him. They bring him in, and he always performs outstanding, but doesn't always get the nod. So on this fight, anyone that saw the fight saw a great fight.
It was a good fight.
I mean, these two went at it, old school. I don't think anybody can complain. Mauricio ended up coming on top by a majority decision. One judge had it even, and the two other judges had Mauricio ahead by a slim margin. And I don't think anybody can complain. It was that kind of fight, you know.
Yeah, it could have went either way. And like I said before, I thought I was positive it was going to be a great fight because these two guys, they just come. Like I said before, they're fan friendly. They come and they fight. I mean, there's no feeling out period. They just come and get right at it. It doesn't matter who they fight, and they fight the same. So that was a really good matchup. I been a longtime fan of Soto Karass because I feel like he's the same way as Mauricio. We saw him a couple of fights where he thought he won and it went the other way. But both these guys, class acts. I could see after the fight that Karass was upset. He thought he won.
Oh, sure.
And he's supposed to think he won because
it was that fight.
It was that close of a fight.
It was that kind of a fight.
It was no question. But congratulations to Mauricio, and like you said, he's got some bigger things coming.
So for Karass, what's next for him? You know, he's an aging fighter. He's been doing this for a long time. What's next for him? I mean, does he actually ponder retiring and getting out of the game? Does he continue? What do you think?
Well, like we said before, I would like to see him retire. I would just say that I'd like to see him retire because I think this fight we had predicted before that the winner would stay active, the losers, going down. I'd like to see him retire because there's young boys now that all they want to do is make a name off of him, and that would happen. I think he gave his best effort that he could Friday night, and I don't think it'd get any better for him. But once again, somebody comes knocking on the door, he's a prize fighter.
And I was just going to say that, how can you ponder retiring off of a performance, a good performance?
Yeah.
It wasn't like he just got waxed.
Yeah.
He actually, and people can make a case that he won the fight. I mean, it was that kind of fight, and against a quality opponent.
Yes.
I mean, it's been proven Mauricio Herrera is nobody's punk.
Right.
He's going to come in and fight. If you sleep on him, he's going to beat you. And now he's kind of found a new revival of himself. So I think you're going to see Mauricio come in. I don't think you're going to see a lot of people calling his name anymore,
no,
just like they were before.
So that's right.
So I don't know if Soto will retire or not. I doubt it. I mean, I can see if he got waxed and he left the game saying, "Hey, I lost a step. I got tired. Maybe I got to retire," but that wasn't the case. The case was he performed, and he performed diligently and brilliant. I don't see him retiring. I think he's going to come back and give it all he's got and continue to try to make that last run.
Okay, now inadvertently I mentioned the name of Kayla Meyer, but what that'll be in our next segment. What I went to talk about was Friday night we had on Showtime, Showbox Next Generation actually. Mm-hmm. We had Claressa Shields, two-time Olympic gold medalist, fighting for the WBC World Super Middleweight Championship, and it was a joke. It was a tremendous joke, and that was that. The fight actually could have been stopped at the end of the first round. That's how bad it was. But like I said before, radio, Claressa is, being a two-time gold medalist, dominating for the last 6 years for sure in women's boxing. Her name is the name that everyone mentions. Okay, I personally think that the performance from Michaela and from Claressa on Claressa Friday night, Michaela Saturday night. Probably the worst thing that could have happened for women's boxing. It's just that their performance was so dominating, and there's still a bunch of guys that don't care about women's boxing period. But when you see those two girls that are supposed to dominate and they just come up and completely destroy, and in Claressa Shields fight, a girl that was the reigning world champion, and I'll let you take it from there.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it was bad. I mean, here you had a champion step into the ring, mm-hmm. and honestly just didn't know how to fight. Had no clue, squared up, crossing, taking hits at will. Claressa was so fast. This girl couldn't even. It was a good thing to stop because she was going to get hurt. I mean, but that goes to show why people don't watch women boxing, why they don't follow it, because it's a joke. I mean, there's no competition in there. Claressa Shields, like Layla Ali, mm-hmm. are just so far ahead. Same thing, Layla, she decided to retire mm-hmm. rather than to stay in this game and put in the time and the hours in the gym and mm-hmm. fight, and then find out that there's no one she's going to fight. And she herself knew whoever they put in there wasn't going to be a fight. Mm-hmm. She was going to go in there and just end it. She could end it at any time she wants. There was no competition. And today, still there's no competition.
And you haven't noticed that Showtime, happened to have Christina Hammer, who was the world middleweight champion there. And they had a little banter back and forth between her and Claressa. And go to YouTube and look at Christina Hammer and watch a couple of her fights. Yeah, you'll see that Claressa will blast her out in 1 or 2 rounds also. So this makes it, like I said, I think the 2 victories from the women this past weekend, probably the worst thing that could have happened for women's boxing. Good for Claressa because it shows that she's dominating the sport, but where does she go from here? You hear this from me first, okay? Do not be surprised if the powers that be in AIBA and USA Boxing work a deal where Claressa, her record as a pro might be 6 or 7-0. Yeah. And they work a deal where she comes back and competes in the Olympics in 2020.
Well, she can still do that. According to AIBA rules, 20 fights, you can be a pro with 20 fights and still fight.
But you have to sign with the WSB.
Well, I mean, the WSB is faltering anyway. That's a joke.
Well, if they don't have that, what are they going to have? You don't sign with it. But like I said, don't be surprised if they work a deal where she comes back and fights in the Olympics because, to be honest, you say 2018 is here. 2020 is just around the corner. Yeah. There's nobody that will beat Claressa, and the only thing she can do is go get another gold medal, which still won't do anything for her financially. I mean, she will have peaked out.
Until they get competition in each division of the women's boxing, it's not going to be a competitive ordeal, and it's not. It's.
And before anyone starts saying these 2 guys are anti-women's boxing, everyone knows that's well, I shouldn't say everyone, no, just maybe some of our newer viewers, but all the rest of you know that we've been nothing but supportive of women's boxing, and we want to see women's boxing prosper. But at this point in time, as Aurelio said, the competition for our American girls are far above the rest, and so it's a joke.
So what do you do? I mean, what do you do? Obviously, you got to go back into the infrastructure and start training women boxers like they train the men boxers, and I think that may be where it lies because There's plenty of women boxers out there that are in the gym now and they're working hard. But if they're neglected by trainers out there, you're not going to have that field of good quality women boxers, and this is what you're going to get.
Well, to name any women that you can think of, and I'm just saying locally, that weigh 150 pounds or more, that box. We only have a couple that would be competitive.
Well, that's what I mean, and right now
that's nationwide.
And right now it's just I think it's worldwide.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
the champion that was last night,
Ann Wolf.
Yeah.
I mean, same difference. I mean, you put someone in the ring, she was going to knock you out. And the problem is it'd be something if they came in at the same time.
Right.
You know, where Claressa, Ann Wolf, and Layla Ali were all in their peak and fighting at the same time. Then let me tell you, everybody out there will be watching women's boxing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody. So
yeah.
We just have to wait and see how that works out.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So, all right, we got that out of the way. We'll come back with our next segment, and we'll talk about the fights that were held Saturday night. Your favorite, Vasil Lomachenko, was the fight against Mariaga, you know. And then, I'm sorry, but on the undercard of that fight was my girl, Michaela Meyer. I know Coach Al Mitchell is beside himself right now. We're happy for both of them. But we'll be back, talk about that in just a minute. Radio, fill up your water bottle with, what is that, vodka or water, whatever it is that you have in there. Go ahead and fill that back up.
Gin.
Gin. Okay, all right, and we'll come back and talk about that in a second. In the meantime, Inside Boxing Showdown.